What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Bitcoin today. BTC, good old BTC, man. I've had a quite exciting couple days. I meant to make a video on this more recently, but it got away from me. What can I say? I'm a forgetful person sometimes. From top to bottom here, we can see that overall in this little range, we found resistance around this 0.5 area and at a closing basis right around this 382 area. Though to be fair, we did have a higher daily close here, so some bullish things are brewing in the charts. To be fair, again, we had lower volume, decreasing on Coinbase, which is a pretty big exchange. Higher lows, but lower volume, kind of conflicting things in the charts. We've seen this before where we get higher closes and then shit the bed, or lower closes and then you rise up. So I think BTC is just kind of messing around with us, right? What we really did was we closed at an area that we have found support on previously. We might have just confirmed it as resistance once, twice, and now we're continuing to move lower. Where will we go? Has the target changed from where I've had it before? I don't think so. I do think that it's possible that it could change, but we haven't seen enough data to kind of confirm that. At the moment, my overall price target for BTC would be somewhere around, let's see, I would say from anywhere from about 27.9, so we can move it up a little bit, to around maybe 27.1 to 26.7, somewhere in this like golden pocket between the 618 and the 0.69 area. We very well could see that. We don't have to. Let's see if there's anything that would make sense of that from low to high. I mean, the 1786 and the 1886 are kind of in this area as well, but those aren't like common extensions to hit, though they do happen. And Bitcoin does like the 886 and it does like the 1886. So actually, it really could happen that we see prices around $27,000. We might only get down to this 12721414, which is right around the 0.5 of this greater fib range, which again would be around 28K, just a little bit below 28K. And what else is in that range? This little closing peak here on a daily basis, where the high on a closing basis was literally at $28,070. So anywhere from just above 28,000 to just below 28,000 could be at play as well. But at the moment, I do still think that we go lower. All we've got here, I know it looks like a temporary like higher high right here, but really all it is just another lower high. We're kind of in this descending little formation still, and until we break that structure, I am not breaking my opinion that we are probably going to go lower. But let's look at the RSI, see if we can find anything that conflicts with that. RSI is neutral, starting to look a little bit stronger, to be fair. It has bottomed out in an area where it's not really too common, in my opinion, for it to bottom out. But it could. I mean, it could, right? Here, we bottomed out in this area. We didn't take as much time bottoming out as we did here. We just went straight up, but we did have a higher high and then ultimately went lower. Our real low was at the oversold zone. Our real low down here is in the oversold zone. Our low over here was not in the oversold zone, but we kind of bounced at it, right? We bounced at this area, and what we actually had was bullish divergence. You had a low here, higher low, higher low. You had a double bottom even while maintaining lower lows. So that was bullish divergence. Where here, I guess you kind of have bullish divergence actually, a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe not actually. Maybe technically no. But because yes, while overall this high or this low here is lower than this low, you've got these lows too in between. This low is a lower low than that. This low is a lower low. So I don't know if it's bullish divergence actually. And it's not common to actually see bullish divergence outside of the oversold or overbought range. But I think this does work over here. I don't think it works over here. What I'm trying to get to is I do think that we go lower. Where we go from here is probably around 28K to 27K, somewhere in that range. And we'll see how that goes from there. I would bet that most crypto probably does drop as we do that. Let's see, BTC.D. Dominance looks like it's found a low and it looks like it wants to go higher. Generally, when we see Bitcoin dominance go up, generally, not always, but generally that's bad for altcoins. We actually see altcoins go down. Dominance tends to go up best when Bitcoin goes down, but altcoins drop faster. So could Bitcoin go down? I think that this kind of look where it looks like we've bottomed out here on this this overall range. I mean, you could just see it's like a channel up, right? I don't have to draw the lines, but I will. You've got your, like, if we had a channel right here, you're kind of ascending in this channel. You could go lower even, but I don't know. Let's see. Maybe let's see here. Something like that, yeah. Something like that. I think that this has found a low on a daily basis. You had bullish divergence to mark this low here. And again, generally, not always, but generally, whenever the Bitcoin dominance goes up, that does not imply good things for the price action of crypto versus the US dollar. Generally, but not always. I don't really know if I have anything else to say other than that. We can look at it on the 4-hour. Yeah, man, the 4 hours looking. Here's where our bearishness lies, right? You've got this tweezer top up here. Volume decreasing as you were trying to move up here, bearish engulfing candle to the downside. Yeah, I think we are potentially, you guys, seeing the beginning of the end of this kind of downtrend. I very much doubt, in fact, that we break this low here. If that were to happen, that would catch me and probably a lot of people off guard, and I know it's good to be a contrarian. There's probably those of you out there that would think, and rightfully so, that would think nobody's expecting that we'd break this low. That's why it's going to happen. I really don't think that's going to happen, though, man. I do think there's a lot of people who are hoping. I don't know about expecting, but they are hoping that we break this low because I think a lot of people missed this last rally. And there's a lot of people that are hoping right now that this thing's just going to take off every time that we get a little bullish pump, which this day was 2%. We don't know what bullish moves are anymore. So people are still hoping one way or another. I think we do continue to bleed down, psych some people out, and then we go up from there. What was it I was saying? That's right. I remember the last video that I made, the last few videos that I've made for Bitcoin, I've talked about this ascending line right here. What I really think is going to happen is we're going to get a price that goes below this purple line and below this ascending white line here. I think it's going to fake a lot of people out. They're going to think, oh, that's it. It's done now. But really what we would do at that point, like if we were to put a line right here at this closing weekly high, or daily high, I'm sorry, which also was a closing low period. It's right in the middle of this range over here, previous area of resistance, resistance, resistance. We could turn it into support. If we were to come down, sometime in the middle of this month, down to around that area, we would break this line, but we'd hold more key areas of support. This little imaginary diagonal line is nothing, in my opinion, compared to this horizontal line right here. And if we were to do that, that would fake a lot of people out. It would give the bears conviction that we're going to go lower. A lot of people would probably open up shorts, stuff like that, or close their longs. It would give the bears conviction that, maybe things are going to go lower. And Bitcoin likes to mess with people. Perfect example, right? This whole freaking price range literally is just a show of how Bitcoin likes to mess with you. It really is, man. It's a joker of coins. You get a higher daily close, that's when you start to go down. You get a lower daily close, that's when you start to go up. You get a higher daily close, right? That's when you start to go down. You got the lower daily close, and then you started to go up. You got a fake out, a fake breakout, and then boom, dumped straight down, man. And then you just moved sideways. You were very boring. And then, yes, you've shown your true colors throughout since, but you got a higher daily close here. Is Bitcoin probably messing with us? I think so. If we get our lower daily close and we get below this white line here, I think this would actually be the perfect buying zone. And from there, maybe we don't go to 27K. Maybe we do, but maybe we don't. But from there, I very much do doubt that we break this low here. And maybe we do come down here. That's okay. But regardless, from when we break this white line, whether it's here that we bounce or here that we bounce, I do think that we're going to find a low soon. And then inevitably, we're going to go higher than this, make our way up toward the mid to upper $30,000 range, even potentially see $40,000 to $50,000. But that's probably, at this point in time, that's probably over a month away, or even more than that. The USD, the DXY, is going up right now. I think. Ooh, it might have found a top. Might have found a high. I don't know. I think it makes for a push higher, a little bit of a push higher probably. Yeah, it might go a little bit higher actually. 1 day or 2 days left in this week, so we'll see how it does, but I'm not totally convinced yet. Let's see actually. Top to bottom. Woohoo! You are getting a little double top right there on the 618, right? A little bit. I don't know, interesting. Very, very interesting. With what I'm thinking about Bitcoin though, I bet this thing does go higher. I bet it does, right? And what you did was you had one pass, two passes, so what that means is you are unlikely to see extensions. Likely you would actually find resistance around the 886 or the 786. This is just a bit of knowledge from experience that I've had trading. Anytime that I've seen this kind of action with the 618. If you break it on the first pass, I don't care if you break it and you come back below it. If you break it on the first pass, you are likely going to see extensions, okay? If you fail to break it on the first pass, but you break it on the second pass, you are still likely to see extensions. You're just less likely than you were before. It's not that you're less likely to see them and you're more likely to see these. You're still more likely to see extensions than you are a deep retracement. Your odds of seeing these are just lessened, but they're still more likely than not. You still have a chance of finding resistance here, but if on the second pass, like you've had here, right, if on the second pass you don't break through the 618 and you come down and then you have a third pass, likely now is that you don't see these extensions. Likely now you see these deep retracements at the 786 or the 886, and that to me, that might actually make sense. I'm sorry, I can't talk right now. That actually might make sense. Because I do think Bitcoin has a little bit of downside to go, right, which would imply that this has a little bit more upside to go. And then when Bitcoin goes up, maybe we see another downtrend in the DXY. Maybe this is the low, maybe it doesn't get taken out, but I would expect, that this probably has another leg up, and it probably turns around somewhere in this area, and then we come back down. Maybe we go all the way down here, maybe we only come to the 618, who knows. But in that time, I would expect that Bitcoin and the rest of crypto, and probably most markets, see some better price action than we've seen in the past like couple months now, or almost a couple months. How long has it been? It's been like a month and a half actually. From right here till right now, 50 bars, yeah, so it's like a month and a half. Almost 2 months. We're getting there. But a little bit lower. I think we are going to go lower. I think the shorter term time frames have revealed that. This looks pretty bearish to me on a 1 hour. Look at that volume. Look at that volume profile. That's just crazy. People are definitely trading this thing, right? Bearish divergence on the 1 hour, double bearish divergence on the 1 hour, and you got bearish divergence on the 4 hour as well. Or do you? I guess you don't technically, but this is kind of like a double top on a closing basis, and you're way off. You're not even close to double top on the RSI, so that is to some degree divergence, but not completely. You are finding support on the purple line. I want to see, I need to refresh my chart here because I don't have my long-term RSI. Let's see, let's go to BTC, USD, Coinbase, 4 hour. Where are we as far as the long-term RSI goes? We are above the 50, just barely. I would bet that we do come a little bit down again. I think we do, but it's possible that we don't. I don't know. This to me, long-term RSI aside, the short-term RSI looks bearish. The price action itself looks bearish. I bet we do take these lows out, and we probably see prices around 27 to 28K. My bet at the moment would be that we actually see prices closer to 28K, maybe just below, maybe just above. If it's just below, maybe we go to 27.8. If it's just above, 28 to 28.1K, something like that. And then from there, we can resume our uptrend. I don't know if it'll be like rocket ships to the moon from there. I don't know if we'll see a move like this. We might. We might take our time and kind of, like meander a little bit. That's totally possible. But either way, I think we're coming to the end of this overall consolidation to the downside, because that's what this is. We had to move up. We're consolidating, and then we're going to move up again. But I don't think it's done just yet. So without going over the same stuff that I've already gone over throughout this video, I think I'll end it there. If you guys like the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to see more. It's always appreciated, and I will see you guys on the next one. I'm going to leave wow. I meant to leave a link in some of my videos, but I'm going to leave a link in this video to the Discord if you guys want to join it. So look for that in the description if you want to join it. It's called The Wheelhouse. So yeah, there's that. Anyways, take care, everybody. Have a good day. Bye-bye for now.